Everyone. Today I am going to explain about insertion sort. What is insertion sort? Insertion sort is a simple sorting algorithm that works by iteratively placing each element of an unsorted list into its correct position in a sorted list. Don't worry if you don't fully understand it. I will break it down step by step with examples. To understand insertion sort, we divide the list into two parts. First one is sorted part and second one is unsorted part. We then process each element in the unsorted part and insert it into the correct position in the sorted part. That we have this list 23, 1, 10, 5, 2. Initially, the first element 23 is considered as sorted. The rest elements are unsorted. Next, take the first unsorted element 1 and compare it with the sorted elements. Since 1 is less than 23, so we swap their positions. Now the sorted part is 1, 23 and the unsorted part is 10, 5, 2. Take next unsorted element, that is 10. Compare it with the sorted elements. 10 is less than 23, so we swap their positions. But 1 is less than 10, so we no need to swap their positions. Now the sorted part becomes 1, 10, 23 and the unsorted part becomes 5, 2. Take the next unsorted element. Compare it with the sorted elements. Here 5 is less than 23, so swap 5 and 23. And also 5 is less than 10, so swap 5 and 10. But 1 is less than 5, so we no need to swap 1 and 5. Now the sorted part is 1, 5, 10, 23 and the unsorted part is 2. Finally, take the last unsorted element 2. Compare it with the sorted elements. 2 is less than 23, so we swap 2 and 23, and 2 is less than 10, so we swap 2 and 10, and also 2 is less than 5, so we swap 2 and 5, but 2 is greater than 1, so we no need to swap 2 and 1. Now the entire list is sorted, that is 1, 2, 5, 10, 23. Here we take the list 5, 1, 3, 2, 9, 4. First we start from index 1 because we take the first element in the sorted list. Now here I equal to 1, then key equal to 1, here j equal to 0, then L of j equal to 5. Since j is greater than 0 and key is less than L of j, so we change L of j plus 1 to L of j, which means in place of 1, 5 will come in the list. Next, we change j to j minus 1, which means j equal to minus 1. The loop starts again with j equal to minus 1, but j is not greater than or equal to 0. So the while loop ends. Here j plus 1 changes to the key, which means in place of 5, 1 will come in the list. Now the list is 1, 5, 3, 2, 9, 4. You can get a doubt that why here we change j to j minus 1, because if we take 4, we first compare it with 9, then with 2, followed by 3, then with 1, and finally with 5 from the list 5, 1, 3, 2, 9, 4. Here j represents the position of each element in the list. So we decrease j by 1 with each comparison. The for loop starts again. Now here I equal to 2, then key equal to 3. here j equal to 1, then L of j equal to 5. Since j is greater than 0 and key is less than L of j, so we change L of j plus 1 to L of j, which means in place of 3, 5 will come in the list. Next, we change j to j minus 1, which means j equal to 0. Again, the while loop starts with j equal to 0, but the key is not less than L of j, which means 3 is not less than 1. So the while loop ends. Here j plus 1 changes to the key, which means in place of 5, 3 will come in the list. Now the list is 1, 3, 5, 2, 9, 4. Now the same process will happen with the remaining elements. If we run it, we will get the same result. See, you can observe it here.